Hi there.
We are so excited to be with you guys tonight. I have the really, what was the word I was going for? I had two words coming out of my mouth at the same time. Do you ever do that? I have the awesome privilege of getting to interview Ms. What do you like? Ms. Gina
Anything works.
Crotchfelt. What was that?
I said anything works.
You'll take any of it? Okay. That's what I love about you. Hello, Markel. Hello, Kelly. We're so glad you're here with us tonight.
Hello, Oregon from New Jersey.
Very cool. Hello, Penny.
Hi, Penny.
Penny said hello to you too, Darren. He says hello back. He got disconnected already. He's coming back though. Well, let's wait maybe one more minute, and then we'll get cracking at this. Be thinking of questions that you would like to know answers to from our cute Gina.
You're so funny.
Hello, Donna. Hello, Kathy.
Donna R. Let's see if we can get the Donna trifecta tonight. You know,
I know, right? That's right. We always love that. We have to cross them off as we go to.
Right.
Hello, Keith.
Hi, Keith. Hi, Amy. I love when
we're getting a lot of people on.
Hello, Tara. I love when my worlds come together.
I bet.
Right?
Kelly says your wall looks amazing.
Thank you. Got all my favorites right at my reach.
That's the best. Well, I think we can get started. I think we've got some people who I hope you're all ready to be thinking of questions to ask Gina. I'm just going to sit up straight and get ready to interrogate you.
I'm ready.
Well, why don't you actually start, and why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Hi. Oh, hi, Rara. So I'm Gina, and I have been on the Brutus Monroe Inspiration Team for 3 years now, maybe. I think this is my third.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like it's just ingrained in me now. I love it so much. I live in New Jersey, and I've got 2 kids and a chef husband who's amazing. And I am a graphic designer. And so graphic designer by day, crafter by night. And got a dog, Holly. She's pretty much one of my faves. Don't tell my husband.
I'm going to tell a secret. Hopefully it's okay.
One of my secrets?
Well, kind of. It's
okay.
It's a secret about create your own ending.
Oh, I like secrets about that.
So
you can whisper it. Nobody's paying attention.
Nobody's paying attention. Okay. Sorry, Christopher, if this isn't okay. So Gina is going to be teaching one of our classes, and Gina also designed the stamp and the stencil that she's going to be using. So
exciting.
You can see her graphic design expertise right there.
I can't wait. I'm so excited for that. Who's going to be at CYOE? Any of our viewers? Anybody coming to join us? Kelly says, "Whoop!"
I know Candy will.
I can't wait to see Candy. That's another exciting moment where the worlds are going to collide, where I actually get to meet Candy and Shannon in person. And these are both ladies that I've been crafty friends with for quite a while now, a few years. So it's going to be really exciting to see everybody in person. And I've taught a few times, right? A few times for Brutus Monroe, but I've been teaching for years now. But I've never had the opportunity to teach with a product that was my own idea. So that's going to be something really new and really exciting.
That is very cool. We've been doing a lot of the planning during the day for our meetings at Brutus Monroe. And I can just tell you, you're going to get spoiled rotten and you're going to have a lot of fun. So there's only a few spaces left. I think next week they're closing out the registration. So if you've been thinking about going to create your own ending, we would love to see you there. I know I would. I'm dying. I'm like,
it's
I
going to be
haven't gotten ever
amazing.
to go there, so I hope as many people as possible will make it there.
Oh yeah, you know me. I talk about getting to visit the store all the time. So if you have the opportunity to go in there in person, it's like the adult candy store, like the crafters candy store is just so much fun. And you know how everybody is at Brutus Monroe. Everybody's amazing. So, you know, when we walked in, I was able to go with my whole family a couple of years ago. And everybody just came out like we were all old friends. It was just awesome.
That's so cool. I love that.
My daughter talks about all the time getting to hang out with Heather. Heather gave her the tour of her office and the facility, and it was just a lot of fun. A lot of fun.
Well, hopefully we'll get to see lots of our friends there.
I'm excited for it.
Well, do you have anything else you want to say before I start asking you questions?
Just if you're thinking about create your own ending and you're not sure, I can tell you should do it. It's going to be amazing. And you know what else is super amazing? One more thing. So this is I believe the first time that it's strictly Brutus Monroe. No other companies, right? So it's just going to.
I think they may have done it in the very beginning, but I'm not absolutely positive about that.
Okay.
But regardless, if they did, it's been years.
Yeah. So I've done create your own ending a few times, and I've even last year I did a make and take. So I mean, to say you get spoiled is an understatement. I mean, it's just a ridiculous amount of product. So now I know Christopher said, since it is just Brutus Monroe stuff, it's just going to be awesome. And all the instructors are going to be Brutus Monroe, and it's the anniversary, right? 5 years. So yes.
The 5th one, yeah.
Hopefully we'll see some of our crafty friends there.
Absolutely. All right. Well, why don't you start? I know there's been a few people who've been admiring your beautiful arrangement behind you. So I thought we could start off with maybe you're giving us one of your best storage tips.
So sometimes for me, organizing my products is just as fun as crafting. And I have a habit of rearranging a lot of things. I like to keep the things that I use most as close to me as possible. So I like to find unique storage ideas. So I love to go to like flea markets and yard sales and find unique things. So behind me, these shelves are actually shelves that are meant for like decorative plates. So they're only maybe a couple of inches wide and they're really long. And I believe I got them from IKEA. So they're meant like for when people collect decorative plates, like you would line them up. Obviously, they would be a little bit farther apart. So years ago, my Beanie Babies were on them. So I saved them.
I had Beanie Babies too.
Yeah, I used to have them lined around my room. So those are decorative plate shelves. And as you can see, I mean, they're perfect. So I've got all my glazes and velveteen and chroma, and then my glitters are on this side, and all of my sprays and my aqua pigments are right above me. And so I like to just find unique storage ideas. Another cool thing I have is my mother-in-law gave me a removable type tray. She had it from, I guess, an antique store. So I have it on my wall. Unfortunately, it's the other way, so I can't show you. So I have that on my wall with jars of embossing powder on it. Then I found a very small ladder, this little ladder I found at a flea market. And it's only about 3 feet long and about 6 inches wide. And my husband was like, what are you going to do with this little ladder? And I held it and I went, we're going to hang it like this. And now it becomes shelves. And it's the perfect size to display some of my favorite cards. So
I love that.
Yeah. So I like to just find different things, but that's where it comes in that I end up moving things around. When I find something new, then I'm like, okay, I'm going to switch this over here and put that over there. So it's always changing.
I think everybody's is. I don't know. I know mine is too. I actually used to use shutters. Like I had some old shutters that I'd put my cards in.
Oh, I love that. What a cool idea.
Yeah, it was fun. Donna R says 2 out of 3 Donnas accounted for.
Oh, counted and present. Hi, Donna C. I didn't see you sneak in. Hi, Lily. All right, so I see Donna R and Donna C. Well, we have 2 Donna. is it two? What's the third Donna? Are they all Donna Arms?
Donna Ferrello.
Donna F. Okay, that's what.
Mm-hmm. Yep. If you have a question for Gina, if you would do me one favor, just because sometimes the chat goes so fast, if you will just write question and then write your question, then I will be likely to see it better. Okay. Speaking of questions, why don't you tell us who in your life has been like one of your greatest crafty influences?
So right from the start, one of my best childhood memories is my mom used to do something called Kentucky Boutique. And she did this for my whole childhood. It was through our church. And there was a missionary place in Kentucky. So her and her friends would spend the whole year making different crafts, all kinds of things. And then around Christmas time, they would have a sale and they would sell all the crafts. And then all the proceeds would go to the missionary. So definitely my mom, oddly enough, she doesn't craft anymore, but she was definitely the crafter influence because I saw her do it my whole childhood. She even one year she made ornaments for the Christmas tree. They were stuffed sewed ornaments, and she spent all this time making the ornaments. And then when she hung them all on the tree, me and my brother got mad because we were like, "Where's all of our ornaments?"
I have to ask this: were they the ones that came printed already?
Yeah, they were like patterned.
My mom had one too. Yes.
And they sewed them together and stuffed them.
Yes. Oh my gosh, I hadn't thought about that for so long.
Yeah, those were the ones. I think I still have like one or two.
Time.
I see a question in the queue. Is that okay to go to those?
Yes, absolutely. Go ahead.
Okay, so Kelly asks, what is your favorite medium to use when creating? Okay, I know that there's probably like 5 people on this live that can answer that because I always talk about it. I love my chroma mists. I love them. They're my favorite. So one of my favorite things to do in crafting is I love to use products for what they are not intended for. So whatever that means, any different way that I can use it. So we all know chroma mist comes in a spray bottle, right? I do spray it, but I do a million other things, but they are definitely my favorite.
It's a very versatile product. I agree.
I saw another one, but I lost it now.
I have to ask you what your favorite shade is.
Of chroma mist?
What your favorite chroma mist?
Mm-hmm. Oh, dang, hard questions tonight, Shannon. I love the neons, but definitely turquoise.
It is pretty.
I love turquoise.
That is a hard question, though. They are really beautiful colors. They're all vibrant. Kathy asks, what is your favorite card making technique?
Ooh. My favorite card making technique. Probably.
Real quick, I'm going to sneak in, though, and say hello to Mackie.
Hi, Mackie.
She said hello, and I didn't see it before.
And I see Markel, too. Hello, Markel. Oh, and I see Fred. Hi, Fred.
And Ra said that her mom had those ornaments, too.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay, so favorite card making technique. Oh gosh, that is a tough one because I constantly try to do something different. You know, as most of you probably know, on the inspiration team, we have weekly assignments. So I always try to like every week just switch it up somehow. Probably stenciling, because that's just another thing that I feel is so versatile. I love my stencils.
I love that a stencil can make the background just give you a little bit of texture, or it can be the whole focus of your card.
Exactly. Yeah, sometimes I love to just do stenciling, like just very light, just in a little center area of the card, just for like a little something.
Absolutely. I agree with you. Okay. It's just making sure I'm not missing any questions.
Purple. Donna C said purple. We are purple lovers. We do love purple.
Purple is a beautiful color. That is Darren's favorite color.
I know. And remember, you guys were on the live and I spilled my my purple aqua pigment.
That was sad. That was one of the saddest moments.
For 3 days.
It was a sad.
All right. Do you have a favorite crafty companion? If you don't, I'm going to be shocked out of my mind because I think I know who it might be.
I do. I do have a favorite craft. Actually, I have more than a few, but my number one is definitely my Lily girl. She's my favorite crafty companion. And, she's 9. She'll be 10 in October. And we did our first Create Your Own Ending event when she was 5 or 6, right? During COVID, it was only virtual. And I signed up for the event, and, it was like Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So I blocked out the weekend. And I said, if you want to do this with me at any point, man, she stuck in it all weekend. Oh, I even made like a whole mini scrapbook album of just our weekend. It was the best. And it's great because I don't like to push things like, I want my kids to find their own loves and their own joys, but she truly enjoys crafting. So that's really fun. And I don't mind sharing my stuff with her. So she's definitely my favorite crafting buddy.
I love that. One day she'll say you're her crafty influence.
Well, I am her favorite special person because she's taking me to the dance tomorrow night.
I love that. That's so cool. You have to tell the story now.
So tomorrow night at Lily's school is special person dance. And last year they had it, and it was the daddy-daughter dance, and she went with my husband. So this year I said, oh, they're having the dance again. And she said, I know, I can't wait. I'm going to take you. And I was like, well, don't you want to take daddy? And she said, no, it's special person. That means I can take anybody. So I am her date for the dance tomorrow night.
She has caught on that you're talking about her.
Oh, I see it now. Hi, Jessica. Lily giggled. Penny said Lily giggled so hard when Michael talked about the belly band. I remember that.
Love it.
Oh, yeah.
Do you do most of your crafting in the morning or at night?
Always at night. I'm a very bad night owl. I always have been.
Nocturnal.
Yeah. I mean, let's face it. There's really no bad time to craft. So I do tend to craft sometimes in the morning. I usually don't have to sign on to work till about 10 o'clock. So if I've got nothing going on, I might craft a little bit in the morning. But I'd say like 95% at night, sometimes into the wee hours of the morning.
That's the best time because there's no interruption.
Exactly. It's quiet. And I tend to just get my mojo later on in the day. Even like I love to go to crops with my friends, and it's the same thing. Sometimes like, I go to a crop, and sometimes if they end at 6 o'clock, that's like when I'm just getting started.
Mm-hmm. I hear you. Okay, so Kathy wants to know what your favorite card size is.
Card size? Definitely A2. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's just out of habit. I am not a fan of square cards at all. I don't know.
I love them.
I know you do. I know. And every time I do one, I'm like, okay, let me see. Shannon does these amazing. And I don't know, whenever sometimes there's just a need to do a square card. And I feel like whenever I make them, I'm never happy with them. So I stick to A2.
You can't force anything. If it doesn't feel good, you're not going to like it. I have a hard time with the larger slim lines. I don't mind the mini ones, but the large ones, I have an awkward time.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say. I like doing mini slim lines. I don't know if you remember last year we did a collaboration with Barely Art, and they had sent like some, I think that's where it was from, some like cards and envelopes type things that were all different colors. And I had like a mini slimline set, and I didn't even know mini slimline was a thing. So I had these card bases, and I ended up loving them a lot. Sometimes I feel like a regular slimline, it gets a little overwhelming,
and they're hard to photograph.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, I agree.
Kathy says she loves square cards. Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes the square card is just the right thing, and other times they're not.
It's true.
Okay, so tell me what your favorite, if you had to just pick one favorite stamp set or die set, what would it be?
That's a tough one. So I'll tell you like an old and a new. So one of my oldest favorite Brutus Monroe stamp sets, and I got to be honest with you, I don't even remember what the actual stamp set is called, but it was what got me started on subscribing for the inspiration boxes. It was a s'more set, and there was the winter hat with the flaps that like come down on the
Oh
ears,
yeah.
and there was s'mores, and I think there was a campfire. I still have it.
Yep. I know exactly what one you're talking
That
about. I
is
love that
one of
one.
my oldest favorite. My newest right now is the Safari, the new Safari. I'm like, I can't get enough of it. I'm having so
There are
much
a
fun
lot
with
of
that
really
stamp
cool
set.
things in it. Yes, I agree. Okay, so this one's a two-part question. I would like to know how you get out of a creative rut. And then Kathy asked this, and I actually had it as part of the question anyway. And where do you go to for inspiration? So maybe you could tie those together.
Yeah. So when I'm in a creative rut, I need to walk away. Like I need to completely get out of the craft room and just close myself off to it. So my craft room is also my office. I work from home. So sometimes so I'm going to go backwards a little bit. So we have our weekly assignments, right? So if I know that Sunday's assignment when it's due is with the Safari stamp set and aqua pigments, whatever, I'll take them out and I'll leave them sitting on my desk for the whole week so that I'm just looking at them throughout the week. I need to like just surround myself with all the things. Well, when I get in a rut, I basically need to do the opposite. So on days like that where I'm like, I just can't even look at the craft stuff right now, I will take my computer and I'll go work in the kitchen. And I'll just kind of close myself off. I know that sounds crazy, but I'll close myself off to anything crafty, and just look for inspiration anywhere else. Sometimes I will talk to Lily, be like, Lil, got any ideas here? My friend Donna C, she's always another big help. Sometimes I'll send her pictures and be like, all right, this card isn't jiving. I'm just not feeling it. What am I missing? And then, of course, she always jokes that I never do what she tells me to do. And that helps.
She's getting your brain going now.
Exactly. And she tells me to do something, and then I know to just do the opposite. So yeah. And then, as far as inspiration, our inspiration team, these people are amazing. Do we not have the best team ever?
We have the best team.
They're amazing. And I feel like our app that we use for the inspiration team, sometimes I feel like it's like my own personal Pinterest because, we get to see everything ahead of time. So sometimes I probably check it probably once a day or once every other day. I'll go to like the activity tab and I'll just scroll through and see what everybody's doing. I am a fan of Pinterest. I can't, get away from that. So yeah, but I definitely for that initial, when I'm in a rut, the initial reaction is that I have to remove myself from everything. And it's rarely, maybe it's one day. And then the next day I've got a clear head and then I can come back down and just look at all my pretty stuff.
I love it.
S'more coffee, Penny says. That's what it was.
Oh,
that was the best. Cute. I love that stamp set. Thank you, Emery. Emery says the Brutus Monroe inspiration team is amazing. It is a true blessing to be part of this team.
Well, and it's not just, we not only have creative, talented people on our team, but there are good feelings on our team. I don't feel like we have, negative.
No.
There's not like a mean feeling or a negative feeling. I think everybody on the team is really good about building each other up and bringing out the best in each other. Yes, I agree. And I love every one of my team members for that. Thank you.
Same.
You are one of those people I am thanking.
Oh, right back at you, Shannon. When I see you in July, Shannon, I'm going to give you the most gigantic hug. Be ready.
Oh, I can't wait.
Be ready.
I am looking forward to it. I'll even put on some squeaky clean first.
That's one thing I can't wait. I'm like, seriously, I can't wait to shop. Because I need some more stuff, but
I know. We're getting all those fun flavors.
Oh my gosh. There's a good question. If you don't mind, can I throw one back?
No, please.
What's your favorite squeaky clean scent, like old or new?
What's mine?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I was reading the question on there. I was going, I can't say what you're saying.
No, I was asking you what's your favorite squeaky clean scent?
Ooh. I have to say Marshmallow Peeps.
Oh, I never had that.
That one was my favorite. Yeah. It made me feel like I was probably gaining weight while I smelled it, but I enjoyed it.
That's the best part, though. You can't. It's calories.
I know, right?
Lily and I are both obsessed with Bonfire. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
And then we ordered, like, we had it and it was so good and both of us were using it constantly. And then it ran out. So Lily has like a little bit on her desk, but I'm like, don't use it because we just need to sniff it.
Don't use it. We just have to smell it. And I love the cinnamon hearts too. That one's a really good one too. But I have to tell you, I know what they are all the way until January. And there are some good ones.
Oh my God, I can't wait. I got to get some new ones. Jenny just threw me under the bus, by the way.
Uh-oh.
See what she said? She said, Gina said she sniffs glitter glaze. Okay. My crafty friends that are out there and that own glitter glaze, tell me that you guys have not smelled it. It's the most amazing smell.
It does have an interesting smell. I like it too.
So good.
Tara asked, what do you love most about creating cards, and what kind of card did you create that was your absolute favorite?
My favorite thing about creating cards is giving them to people that I know appreciate it. And especially, like, I love giving, crazy handmade cards to kids. They always just think it's the coolest thing, especially if it's like a shaker card or something on it that's interactive. Obviously, you know who my favorite kids are to make cards for. And I'm sorry, what was the other part of the question? It was why I forgot. Sorry.
Let's see. No, that's okay.
It was like a 2-part, right?
It was, what card was your absolute favorite card?
Oh, so my favorite card that I've made is one of the mushroom cards. It's actually hanging on my little sideways ladder. It was, I can't remember what month that was. It was not too long ago. So we're in, I think,
February, I think.
Yeah, either February or March. It was like the mushrooms and the gnomes. I had made a card where I did this like really, really cool blended background of, I did something like really dark and really light, which, usually when I blend colors, I kind of keep them colors that will transition. But this was a strong dark and a strong light. And it just really popped. And that was my favorite card. In fact, I had it in my kitchen on like a tier tray for the longest time. And then when I hung up my little ladder, I put it up there.
Was it the one that had all the different colors of mushrooms?
May I step away for one quick second?
Yes, please. We get to see it. Yeah, the mushrooms and the gnomes were really cute, Kathy. Oh, that one is really pretty.
Yeah.
You really killed all of them that month. Because I remember the one that you made that
thank you.
It was all colors of mushrooms. And you just put all the whole thing, your whole panel was covered.
Yeah, I did that one on a live. It was like all the rainbow ones and they were popped off. Yeah, that was really fun.
It was really cool. Okay. Let's see. I don't see any questions right now, but we can make some more.
I'm just scrolling through.
So in general, what's your favorite color?
My favorite color is definitely purple.
Purple. I guess we kind of covered that, huh?
And I just saw...
What shade of purple, though? Are you talking like a pinky purple or like a true purple or like a plum?
No, I'm like a violet. Violet purple lover. Not there's like that magenta purple color. I like a true violet purple.
I think Darren likes all the purple.
Purple rocks.
I love eggplant. I think that's a really pretty color too. As long as it's not too dark.
Yep.
Sometimes it gets so dark it's not pretty anymore. You know what I mean? But
I painted my bedroom.
But I love fuchsia too, like that kind of more magenta fuchsia.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we've got some questions.
So I saw one that said, what about the card for Drew? So Drew is my nephew. So I'm guessing that may be his dad or might even be him. I don't know. So my nephew is 20. He just turned 20. And I have another niece I have a couple of nieces. They're all older. So they're still all the recipients of my cards. And I hope that they're not too old to love them because I still send all the teenagers and the 20 somethings my handmade cards.
I love it. All right. Well, Jenny has a question she loves to know from everyone. She wants to know what your favorite crayon color was growing up.
Ooh.
Bonus points if you can remember the actual official name.
Well, the most recent one that I can remember is macaroni and cheese. And I mean, it was strictly because of the name. Honestly, it had nothing to do with the color. I mean, I love mac and cheese.
Yeah, it just made you love the crayon.
Yeah, it was, I mean, I was like, oh my gosh, it's a crayon named after my favorite food. And I mean, as far as crayon goes, the Crayola factory is near us. That's only about an hour away. Yeah, it's about an hour away. Oh my gosh. It is.
Have you been there?
Oh, several times. Yes.
Oh, that would be fun.
It is a lot of fun. I think that they should host an adults only night at the Crayola factory.
Absolutely. I still remember Mr. Rogers, how he had that picture. Was it picture?
Yeah.
Is that what it was called?
Mm-hmm.
And he would go and he'd show little films through it.
Yep.
And I remember one of them was how crayons were made, and I was fascinated.
It's really fun. And you get to do this thing where you make your own labels. So I actually have a set of crayons for each member of the family. So you pick the color and then you make the label and you can put anything you want on the label. So I did a label for each member of the family with our birthdays. And then you put it in a machine, like the label prints out, and then you put it in a machine and it wraps around your crayon. So I have those like in a little shadow box.
I love that. That is so cool. I've got to go there sometime.
It's really fun.
Cool. All right. I saw a question that was, what was the biggest card you ever made? The largest size card you ever made?
Oh, so one year for Valentine's Day, I made my son I took like a big piece of poster board and folded it in half and made a big giant card out of it. There was this show on when he was a kid called Super Y, and it was his favorite show at the time. So I got this big piece of poster board, and so I don't know what could a poster board maybe is like 18 by 20, I think. And I folded it in half and I made a big giant Valentine for him.
Oh, I love that. Okay, let's see. I saw another one. Oh, how did you get on the Brutus Monroe design team?
Oh, tough one. So I found Brutus Monroe and became a partner in creativity first. I was getting my inspiration box and I started participating in the fan club, posting cards. And then when it came time for an application, I submitted my application. I get this question a lot. I have a couple of friends that will ask me this question. And I always say, like, use the products and post them in the group and just get familiar. I mean, I do consider myself very lucky. Brutus Monroe just happens to be one of those companies that I always loved the products. I will say, so May was my gateway drug, as I call her. Because that was the first design team that I was on, and through May, that's how I found Brutus Monroe. So it was a great transition for me.
Very cool, very cool. And I think that's great advice, by the way. Speaking as someone who might have something to do with that, if we've seen your stuff around, where that's just that much more exposure.
Yeah, and like I said, go with companies that are where you're using products that you love. So, let's face it, there's so many companies out there and there's fan groups on Facebook for all these companies. And I think that it can get really overwhelming. So I always tell people, just pick a company that speaks to you, their style, right? Because everybody has different styles of just art and images that they like. And, and we know there's probably like some companies that are similar, but to me, Brutus Monroe is just a company that was so unique. Like, from as far back as I can remember, he's always been doing things that wasn't you weren't seeing from other companies. And I just like the uniqueness of it. So I just started using the products and getting involved in the group.
Love that.
I see there's a question from Beatrice that says, what's your favorite medium to use? We answered that before. That's definitely Chroma Mist. I love my Chroma Mist. Have I said that? Have I told you all how much I love my Chroma Mist?
Do you like Chroma Mist?
A little bit. I actually have, so you can see above me, there's two rows of Chroma Mist, right? And then in my drawer over here, I have backup bottles in case any of those colors run out.
I totally understand that. You got to have your backup bottle. All right. Let's see. Let's see. I agree, Kathy.
Yep.
Brutus Monroe has unique products. So do you ever do, like, other than cards, what are some of the other crafting things that you like to do?
Little bit of jewelry making, very little bit, but a little bit. I did it more as a kid. I scrapbook. I love doing mini albums. That's actually one of my favorite things to do. I used to do a lot of ATCs, not so much anymore. Mainly paper crafts and just all the different mediums. It's just what I love.
Now, ATCs are one of those things for me that I'll do a bunch at one time and then I'll forget about them for a long time and then I'll get on a kick where I do them again. Have you ever done like the pocket pages?
So years ago, I've done them. I used to be on. There was a website a long time ago for swaps, and I had signed up and did a swap for that. Now, for scrapbooking, I've done it on small ones. I have never done like a 12 by 12, and I know I have some friends that like that's all they do. But now I do it on smaller albums.
Very cool. So what are this is from Judy. What are, excuse me, that's from Donna. But Judy said that you're such an inspiration.
Oh, thank you, Judy. You're so sweet.
Donna asked what type of technique you love to do with Lily in particular.
Definitely stencils, because she loves to do the stencils because of the wow factor. You know, like when you're all done and you're ready to peel it off, like she gets so excited. So it's so much fun to do that with her.
I love that. That's awesome.
Penny said, do I buy in threes like Heather? I don't, but that's not a bad idea.
I didn't see that. I had missed that one. That's so funny. Yeah. There are some things that you just use over and over again. And there are some things, like, I don't know about you. You're probably more mature than I am. But I'm like, really? When I'm making an order, I'm like, I don't want to buy adhesive. I want to buy a color, or I want to buy this or that. I want a stamp set.
Oh, yeah.
So when I do buy it, I try to buy it, like stock up on it, because, you know, it's not as fun to buy, but it's necessary.
Too, lately, I've like become obsessed with too is candy coat.
Oh, I love candy coat.
How awesome is that stuff? There's nothing out there like that. And no. I've used some other companies' pastes and glazes, and there's nothing like that. That stuff is amazing.
You just better keep your eyes peeled. That's all I can say.
Know. Yeah.
That was even being a little daring to say that, but I'll just do that.
Hooray for candy coat.
That is very true. I think that chroma glaze is really fun too. I love using it with foil.
Absolutely. The shattered glass foil, that to me, that was like, when that stuff came out, that was a game changer, right? That was
for me too.
Any color chroma mist you can put under that. I remember when we did the collaboration, I think it was Gina K with the butterflies, and we had the shattered glass, and then it was a butterfly stamp set. And
it's probably just Thermoweb, I think.
Thermoweb? I'm sorry. Yeah, you're right.
It's all good.
But I had done like I did a whole bunch of colors of chroma glaze and like smeared them all to make a rainbow, and then did that shattered glass over it. Oh my gosh, that stuff was amazing. Oh, Beatrice wants to know what Candy Coat is. So Candy Coat.
Oh yeah, grab some.
Wait, my Candy Coat's up on the wall.
And while you're doing that, I'll just say the shattered glass foil. If you're somebody who wants to learn how to foil, if you've been intimidated by it, that is a great place to start because it's very forgiving.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. That's a real, and I also love that it works with chroma glaze. That's awesome.
Yep.
So Candy Coat, here's a few Candy Coat jars. But there's 5 colors total. There's also purple and yellow, but I knocked those over. So Candy Coat is a glaze, but it has chunks in it. I think you might need to help me describe this one. They're like iridescent flakes. There's glitter in it.
That was perfect.
A lot of texture, a lot of texture.
There's glitter in there as well as the flakes.
Yeah, like iridescent flakes. This one's empty. That's not good, but I think
that's actually a good sign that you love it.
Something that I'm working on. So you guys could probably see there's like these iridescent flakes in all of the colors. And I mean, I did this.
I love it with that stencil.
Yeah, that's the giraffe stencil.
Yeah.
And I mean, this is on a pink background, but these colors are nice and bright that when you do them on white, you get really nice colors. It's fun.
My dogs just wanted to be a part of things. I'm sorry. Let's see. I wish I could tell you more. I'm telling you, I have to just button it up. But just trust me. Trust me. There are really, really fun.
I'm here for it.
That's right. Have you tried the Black Pearl yet?
I have. No, I saw Christopher demoing that. It looks beautiful.
I haven't tried it yet either, but I have a live tomorrow, so you never know what can come out.
Sometimes I have too much product and not enough time. Like I look at it and I'm like, I get all these ideas and I'm like, I want to do this and this and this. It's just
right. I just want to wake up in the morning and create all day until it's time to go to bed.
So I recently saw a meme that said, it was something like, I'm paraphrasing, something like, if you're talking to me, it may look like I'm paying attention, but I'm really planning out a card in my head, like something to that effect. I'm losing something in the translation because it was really funny when I saw it, but it was like, you may think I'm listening, but I'm really planning a card in my head. And I showed it to my husband and he was like, oh yeah. He's like, I know the look too. He's like, I'm thinking about crafts. And me and my mother, so we have this thing, we go back and forth. So my mother, her favorite pastime is to go to the casino, right? She's retired and that's what she loves to do. So we always joke back and forth and I'm like, why do you want to go to the casino when you can craft? And she's like, crafting, casino. She's like, we probably spend the same amount of money. And then it's funny because we'll be together and I'll be like zoning out and she'll be like, are you thinking about crafts? And I'm like, are you thinking about the casino? We all have
get each other.
Our vices.
Amy, I don't know the answer to that question. As far as whether the stamp will be available, I'm sure it'll be a while supplies last kind of a thing, but I don't have the answer for that. I'm sorry. Come to create your own ending just to be safe.
I know Amy lives in Indiana, and I had asked her, I said, so how far are you from Pittsburgh?
Right.
Like, want to meet me in Pittsburgh?
Well, we'd love to see you. Let's see. All right. Are there any more questions that anybody has? Okay, here we go. We need to get Christopher to go live at night again. He usually gives it up during those lives because he's probably tired by the time. That man, I don't know how he does it.
Right?
He just has so much energy and he's just always going. But yeah, that's as long as Heather's not on there, right?
I love how she says HC is not always there to shush him.
Well, Christopher's not going to fire himself either, so he knows how far he can push it. I don't have that luxury, so I have to be careful.
Penny says she's driving through Indiana. She can pick Amy up.
There you go. I love that.
Pittsburgh is a really fun place. I mean,
Pittsburgh is?
you know, there's Brutus Monroe, obviously, which is the best, but Pittsburgh is fun. We only spent one night. We were actually on our way to Indiana when we stopped in Pittsburgh for a night to break up the trip. And we went to this place called Primanti's for dinner. That was actually a Heather recommendation. That was amazing. It's just, yeah, it's a fun city.
It sounds, I'm excited to see it. That's for sure. Kathy, the deadline, I believe, is going to be next week. I believe I saw something up in social media today that said that next week is when the registration ends for Create Your Own Ending.
Yeah, I saw something. I don't know if it was an email blast or something, but I saw something either today or yesterday that said that there was only a few spots left. I might have even heard it on a live.
Right. I know that the in-person ones are a lot more limited than the virtual ones, but still.
But in the in-person one, you get to hang out with us.
Right? And we're going to have fun.
Blast. We're going to have a kickoff party, I heard, on Friday night.
What was that?
I heard we're going to have like a little kickoff party.
Yes, on Friday there's going to be like a pizza party in the store. So kind of a meet and greet and all of that.
There is one little lady in my life that's very disappointed that she can't go.
I bet. It'll be fun though. But yeah, I wanted to meet her.
I know. We'll have to get on a Zoom with her.
That sounds good. Maybe I'll bring her a little treat. Afterpay, that is great, Penny. That is a very good point. Afterpay is available, and that spreads out your payment, I believe, into 4 payments. Oh. I use Afterpay all the time.
That's fantastic. And somebody did ask me. A friend of mine was like on the fence about going, and she said to me, "Be honest, is it worth it?" And I was like, I mean, 100%, a million times. Like, the amount of stuff that you get is ridiculous.
It will be amazing. Maven Jen, you caught me. It is a Utah accent. I don't even know what it sounds like because I have the accent, but you picked up on it. I must have a Utah accent. That's fun.
Donna C said yes, but I don't know what she said yes to.
Maybe we could come up with something creative and say, we know you said yes.
Right? We'll get her at CYOE. She's going to be my travel buddy.
That's awesome. That is awesome.
Yeah, that'll be fun. Kathy is asking what is included.
So there are still details that are being ironed out and ready to go, but I can tell you that I've seen preliminary things and you will not be disappointed. Honestly, I can say that with all the confidence in the world that you will not be disappointed. And this is one of the best. I mean, because it's Brutus Monroe and it's our product, I know that Christopher's feeling pretty generous. Is there a pickle bar?
So I'm gonna answer that question.
Okay, I'm hoping you understand it.
So Beatrice is a crafting buddy of mine, and we went to an expo last year in Edison, which actually years ago is where I first saw Brutus Monroe. And it's funny because I always used to visit the booth there, but then I didn't go for a couple of years, and then when I was on May's team and she mentioned it, I kind of put all the pieces together. So anyway, side note. So last year, Beatrice and I and a group of other girls, and Donna was with us too. We went to the Scrapbook Expo, and then afterwards we went out to lunch, and I cannot remember the name of the place that we ate at, but they had a pickle bar.
There's a little burger joint here that has a pickle bar.
It was awesome. I mean, awesome if you love pickles, which I think pretty much all the girls there did. And, you know, a lot of jokes come with it. Harold's, that's it. Harold's, they made these humongous sandwiches that you share because they're so huge. But you know what? It's kind of like similar to Primanti's in Pittsburgh, which, oh my gosh, I can't wait to go there again.
Maybe we'll have to go there when we can meet up.
Yeah, that was a Heather Collins recommendation. She was on the money with that one.
That's awesome. I'm just making sure my dog's not doing anything naughty. Sorry.
So Kathy, I wanted to go back to, if you don't mind, if I can give my perspective as someone who has attended the Create Your Own Ending events. So there's all these different classes, and you get all of the products for every class. Oh, good. Penny just put up the description: 8 classes and 4 make and takes. So supplies to make those projects.
5 make and takes.
5 make and takes. Oh, I did hear there was going to be more. That's awesome. So 8 classes and 5 make and takes. And you know what? I have to be honest with you. And correct me if I'm wrong, Shannon, but last year, really the big difference between a make and take and a class was the make and takes were pre-recorded. So I don't know if they're going to be like that this year, but as far as product, because last year I did a make and take and my class was a stamp set, a stencil, you get all the consumables that you need. So, I mean, even the make and takes, it's not.
There'll be something from every class.
There's still.
And a lot of the things can be that's one of the fun things about it, is that we've really tried to create things that you can use universally throughout. They'll all work together. So
yeah. Oh, Kelly just said we need a shirt that has 5 years of kindness. I love that.
Oh, that's a great idea. I don't even know if we've had shirts on our mind yet, but I think we do. Did we talk about shirts, Darren?
Well,
I think we might have.
Do you remember what my big question was?
Tell me.
I said, if I get to teach at Create Your Own Ending event, does this mean that I'll get my own name tag? Because
your own staff name tag,
the thing that hangs around. Yeah, because when we went to the store, my son and my daughter each got their own Brutus Monroe name tag on a lanyard, and I was like, I didn't get one.
I think I got one the first year that I was on the team, but I'll see what I can do. Gina needs.
I took Lily's. It's hanging, or I took Lucas's, because they're really cool, because on the back it has all like the sizes of the cards, like all the dimensions for all the different card sizes.
I don't know if I've ever turned mine over. Really I'm gonna have to now. I'm gonna have to go look.
I thought I had mine handy, but I don't see it.
I think virtual is just as fun. I think, we're going to be talking back and forth. There's always a lot of energy both ways. And this is, last year we didn't have, I don't think there was an in-person last year.
No.
And there wasn't the year before because of that lovely season we all enjoyed, right? So the theme is 5 years of kindness, I believe. I don't know if that's the official title, but that's where our brains are. Oh yeah, we will love you there, whether you're there in actual flesh or if you are virtual. We're going to have a great time with you. So definitely don't miss it. If you have the opportunity to go, definitely take it.
Yeah. So Beatrice said, she said, you said there's a virtual part. So it's not a part. It's either you can go in person and do the whole event in Pittsburgh at the Brutus Monroe store, or there's a virtual option where you're doing the entire event virtually. There's a private Facebook group for it. So once you purchase your ticket, then you get into the Facebook group, and that's where everybody shares. And I know there'll be like a live unboxing, and it's funny because we have like team open and team do not open. Do you remember that from the years past? Like there was the people that opened their boxes right away, and then there was the people that had to wait. So there's a lot of fun in the group because everybody, like the weeks leading up to it, everybody gets real excited, and people will be like, no spoilers, don't spoil it. It's a lot of fun.
I do think that there may be a few sneak peeks along the way.
Yeah.
So we've talked about that. I'm not sure how it'll all pan out, but I know that that's been discussed.
Well, so. I've seen my stuff.
Yeah, you should have.
I've seen everything so far.
Sorry, I was reading the comments. I just realized it was probably just quiet for a minute.
That's okay.
Darren wants you to know he's seen everything so far.
Darren has?
because he's making a lot of it. He's just being a goofball.
Yeah, it's too quiet.
You would be team do not open. Oh, I'm the opposite. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm the minute it hits my doorstep, it's already, halfway open before it gets in the door. So
I tend to go into stalking mode when I know something's coming.
yeah, your mailman's a little cautious.
My favorite email to get is your order has shipped, or even better, your order has been delivered.
Absolutely. Donna says, Darren, tell us.
Hi, Tina.
No word.
Glad you're here, Tina.
Me too. You know what? Talking about where I get my inspiration from, that's another big thing. I often say my community, and Tina is reminding me of that. When I see other people creating, that's the best.
Jenny, if you can, you should. I would love that.
Oh my gosh, Jenny, that would be so much fun.
I don't know what TTF is.
Ta-ta for now.
Oh, okay.
I think maybe you just forgot the end.
Okay. I'm like, I might have to get Benji in here to translate for me.
Donna C says she's team open. Well, we won't be team anything because I don't believe that our kits will ship, right? We'll get our kits when we get there in person.
Correct.
Oh,
hi,
Heather. In the house.
Heather's on. Shh, no
Everybody
more spoilers.
behave. HC's in the house.
Oh, I love that, Penny. Road trip.
Oh, awesome.
Thanks, Anne Marie. I hope you have a great night too.
Penny, you got any candy in that van?
Right.
Will there be snacks?
Hopefully not tinted windows. If you're giving candy.
Oh, come on, B. Join us. That would be amazing.
Oh, that would be fun. Well, I think our time is pretty much up. We have time for maybe one last question if anybody wants to throw something out there.
The kitchen is full. Oh. I know. Donna says she can't wait to meet Penny. You know what? It's going to be crazy. It's going to be so surreal because, like, when you, well, I don't want to equate it to online dating, but that is how I met my husband.
It is?
Oh, yeah.
Oh my gosh, I have to hear this story sometime soon.
Yeah, now I joke. I
I
say that it's the old-fashioned way. My brother met his wife the same way. But like when you meet somebody and you've only talked to them online, or like the first time we went to the Bruce Monroe store, like it wasn't even like being starstruck, although I can't lie, it was like a little bit. But with everybody, like when you walk into the store and everybody's there, and like I've watched these people on live. It's like there's just this like second or two of like weird awkwardness because you're like, okay, so it's not a screen. You're really here. And then, like you do that, like, do we hug? But, and then Christopher walks out and he's like, hello.
Oh, I love that.
Christopher hugs are pretty awesome, I have to be honest.
Oh, I can't wait. Well, you guys, thank you so much for your questions, and we're glad that we got to know a little bit more about you, Gina.
Thank you.
Gina goes live often from the Bruce Monroe channel.
Monday nights.
Watch for her. Monday nights are her night. She always is so much fun. We always have I get a good chuckle every time. I can count on it. So we love you, and we're glad you're on our team.
Oh, Shannon, thank you so much.
Thank you. And we will be doing this probably every other week. We'll have a different member from our inspiration team so that we can just get to know the team. And love you too, Heather. And I hope that you guys will sign up because we want to see you face to face.
And thank you to all of our partners in creativity. I always say I'm always humbled that people want to watch me craft. So thank you. Thank you for everybody that always comes and hangs out and brightens my day because I love to see how everybody's doing.
Absolutely. And you are excellent at being a friend to all of us, and we love you, and we love all of you guys, and we appreciate you. You're all being so sweet, but we love you guys. So I'm going to say goodbye because I'm just going to go on forever. And
thank you so much for this opportunity. This was a blast.
Thank you, Gina, and I will talk to you, I'm sure, very soon.